He said, "I swear I didn't do it." They said, "We know." Then they fired him anyway. Because they weren't after truth, they were after dominance. That's what most don't understand. The moment you explain yourself, you validate the attack. Defensiveness doesn't disarm, it confirms, and now they smell blood. Most people think defending yourself makes you look strong, respected, intelligent. They think standing up for yourself, explaining your side of the story, earns admiration. But here's what Machiavelli knew and feared by many. Defensiveness is weakness in disguise. Because the moment you explain yourself, you've already lost the frame. Power is never explained, power is imposed. So if you're constantly justifying, correcting, clarifying, you're not protecting your name, you're lowering your value. But more importantly, you're giving away invisible power that could have been used to dominate the room. Using these chapters, I will show you how ancient rulers, political puppeteers, and elite strategists flip attacks without defending once. Chapter 1, The Hidden Cost of Defending Yourself. Everyone wants to be understood, but power doesn't care about understanding, it only responds to perception. Think about it. When someone accuses you, you scramble to prove your innocence. You talk faster, get emotional, over-explain. Even if you're correct, you've already shown doubt, and doubt is fatal in power games. Because defending is not just explaining, it's kneeling, even if you're standing. Chapter 2, Machiavelli's Frame Trap Rule. Machiavelli warned rulers never to allow accusations to gain legitimacy. Not just because they might be dangerous, but because responding to them gives them power. The accusation means nothing until you answer it. Not in those exact words, but a Machiavellian interpreter knows truth isn't about fact, it's about power perception. The moment you reply, you certify the attack's importance. So here's the first rule. Never fight inside the enemy's frame, flip the table, or burn it. A Machiavellian doesn't say, "I didn't do it." He says, "If I did, who could stop me?" Or he says nothing at all. Because silence carries more terror than panic ever could. Chapter 3, Reactions are reputation suicides. Why do powerful people stay mysterious? Because silence multiplies status. When you're quiet, people can't decode you, so they assume the most powerful thing. But when you react out of emotion, you become legible, and legibility kills mystique. Have you noticed? The more a person explains themselves online, the worse they look. The more a celebrity apologizes, the more people want blood. Why? Because you can't negotiate with a mob. And in most cases, defending is just a lower status confession disguised as maturity. Chapter 4, Shift from Defendant to Strategist. Here's what Machiavellians do instead. They don't refute a false frame. They replace it with a more dangerous one and then vanish. Impose a new narrative, then step back and let it breathe. A modern Machiavellian proverb. Let's take an example. Accusation. You're selfish, always thinking about yourself. Normal response. No, I just have boundaries, you misunderstood. Machiavellian response. Cold smirk. Pause. Survival doesn't come from pleasing others. Then, say nothing else. A statement like that redirects the attention, frames yourself as dangerous, not defensive. Chapter 5, The Prince's Rule. Use attacks like fuel. Machiavelli advised, the wise prince must not be good, only appear good when useful. Let's translate that for real-world strategy. Don't defend yourself, amplify the attack to your advantage.
How? If they call you arrogant, move with even greater cold certainty. If they call you too ambitious, aim higher. If they say you're overconfident, reply, confidence is just clarity others can't handle. You absorb the insult, mutate it, and make it a flex. You don't erase the attack, you forge a weapon from it. Chapter 6, Weaponized Silence. Outrage as bait. Understand this. The weaker always demands explanation. The stronger always invokes silence. Why? Because silence is not passivity, it's bait. You let them spin narratives, panic, accuse, project, while you build leverage. And once the crowd has gone emotional, You strike with facts, receipts, results, or a death blow move they don't expect. It's the black belt of self-restraint. Never interrupt your enemy while they're exposing themselves. Chapter 7. Never explain, only demonstrate. Power isn't proven through words. It's projected through movement. Machiavelli warned, appearances are more important than reality. That means, don't say, I don't care what they think. Move like it's beneath you. Don't say, I'll prove them wrong. Let them watch as your results humiliate their imaginations. This is the principle of non-reactive dominance. True alphas don't argue, they ascend in silence. The throne is never defended, it's magnified. Chapter 8. Build power through restraint. There's a paradox Machiavelli understood better than most. Power grows not in force, but in restraint. Powerful rulers won by holding back until the strike could be fatal. Publicly defending yourself is wasted ammo. It reveals that you're emotionally poked. But true operation masters practice strategic ambiguity. Be hard to read even under threat. Be mysteriously calm when they expect panic. Don't protest innocence, project inevitability. Chapter 9. Frame war tactics, win without speaking. Here's a 3-part Machiavellian counterattack you can use today. 1. Refuse the premise. If someone launches an accusation, don't clarify. Say, not operating in that level of thinking. It immediately invalidates their worldview. 2. Freeze the field. Say nothing for 24 to 48 hours. Let public opinion reach peak speculation. Then drop one cold, precise move, a result, a promotion, a collaboration. Let achievement answer the accusation. 3. Reposition. Narrate your own version that discredits all others. Don't say, that's not me. Say, what I'm building is too complex for a shallow read. They'll understand in 5 years. You set your legacy as the frame, not the moment. Chapter 10. The social weapon of mystery. Machiavelli understood power is rooted not in truth, but in perception. And when you're misunderstood on purpose, you control the narrative without playing their game. Why? Because a misunderstood man becomes 10x more interesting, gets free PR from confusion, attracts curiosity and fear. Never forget, explaining reduces your value. Defending confirms the attack. Stillness drives your legend. Chapter 11. Cold identity. Become the unreachable one. You're not trying to look powerful. You are powerful. Here's how you move now. You don't defend your plan, you double down on its execution. You don't correct the gossip, you build something so undeniable that gossipers look like insects. You don't post clarifications, you post wins quietly. Breathe like a king, walk like a strategist, smile like you know what comes next, and no one else does. Because they don't. Chapter 12. Frame mastery, the final ascension. Let's zoom out. Throughout history, from emperors to CEOs, from Machiavelli to modern presidents, the game was never played on facts. It was played on frame. And here's the unspoken law. Defenders lose. Architects of narrative always win. So from this day on, stop explaining, stop clarifying, stop seeking permission to exist. You are the frame. You plant the headline. You create the silence. You swing the conversation like a sword, not with replies, but with your rise. Let them guess. Let them gossip. Let them wander in your shadows. By the time they understand your architecture, the castle's built, the gates are closed, the kingdom is yours. You're no longer a man trying to be respected. You are a strategist who makes respect irrelevant. Because power doesn't explain itself. It simply rules.